Hello friends, my name is Kuldeep Singh and today's workshop is on calculating compound interest mentally. Today we will learn how we can calculate compound interest mentally using Vedic Maths. Objectives of this presentation. First objective is to understand and learn how we can calculate compound interest mentally using this Vedic method. And second objective is to compare it with conventional method. We will explore why and how this method is much efficient and less time consuming than the conventional method. And the third objective is to learn and understand the pattern behind this method, the pattern with which we can calculate it mentally. Two things are needed for this method. First is the student must practice simple percentages mentally, like 1%, 2%, 10%, 20% mentally, so that he can calculate the compound interest part mentally. And the second thing is the pattern behind this method. The pattern which we will discuss later on this presentation, and it is very simple and anyone can learn it very easily. In result, the student will get compound interest mentally. Okay, now let's calculate that simple percentages mentally. To find 10%, so start with 10%. So to find 10% of any number, just divide it by 10, because 10% means multiplying by 10 and dividing by 100. In result, just divide it by 10. So 10% of 2000, so 2000 divided by 10 is 200. 10% of 300, that is 30, because 300 divided by 10 is 30. So 10% of 300 is 30. Now, to find 20%, first find 10% and then just double it. So 20% of 40 is 8. How? 10% of 40 is 4 and double of 4 is 8. So in result, 20% of 40 is 8. Now 10% of 4. 10% of 4 is just divided by 10. So 4 divided by 10 is equal to 0.4. So 10% of 4 is 0.4. 30% of 120. To find 30% of 120, first we need to find 10% of 120. So 10% of 120 is 12 and 30% is 3 times of 10%. So 3 times of 12 is 36. So 36 is 30% of 120. 40% of 4. So here we have already calculated 10% of 4. 10% of 4 is 0.4 and 40% is 4 times of 10%. So 0.4 multiplied by 4, that is 1.6. So 40% of 4 is 1.6. So we can easily calculate 10%, 20%, 30% mentally with little practice. With I think approximately 30 minutes to 1 hour practice, we can easily calculate it mentally. And then practice 1%, 2%, 3%, and so on. Like 1% of 2000 is 2000 divided by 100, because 1% means multiplying by 1 and dividing by 100. So just divide by 100. So 1% of 2000 is dividing by 100, that is 20 only. 1% of 300 is 3. 1% of 40, so just divide it by 100. So 1% of 40 is 0.4 and 20% of 40 is 0.8. Now 1% of 4 is 0.04. 30% of 120 is 36. So 3% of 120 is 1%, that is 1.2, and 30% is 3.6, and so on. So after practicing 10, 20, 30%, just practice 1, 2, 3, and we can combine both the methods to find 11%, 21%, 22%, or 23%, 41%, any percentage mentally. For example, if we want to calculate 21% of 2000, so 10% is 200, 20% is 400 and 1% is 20. So 21% is 420. With little practice, we can calculate it mentally very easily. Okay, now let's learn the pattern to calculate compound interest using this method. And with this slide, we will not only learn the pattern, we will learn how we can calculate the pattern. Because you don't need to memorize the pattern, you just need to learn how we can find the pattern. Okay, so first row is 1 year, first year, that is, so 1 multiply by 11, that is equal to 11. For second year, just multiply the first year's 11 with 11. And in Vedic Maths, we already know how we calculate multiplication by 11. So just write the rightmost one as it is, and then add the rightmost one with the next one, that is 1 plus 1 is 2, and the leftmost one, that is 1. So 1, 2, 1. To calculate third year, just multiply 1 to 1 with 11. So rightmost one as it is, then 2 plus 1 is 3, then 1 plus 2 is 3, and 1 as it is. Now, to calculate fourth year, multiply third year, that is 1331 with 11, and 1 as it is, the rightmost one is, then next number is 3, so 3 plus 1 is 4. Next number is 3, so 3 plus 3 is 6. Next number is 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4, and the leftmost one, write it as it is. Now, for the fifth year, multiply fourth year with 11. So rightmost one as it is. Next is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. Next number is 6, so 6 plus 4 is 10. Next number is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10. And then 1 plus 4 is 5, and leftmost one as it is. And the sixth year, multiply fifth year with 11. So 1 left, that rightmost one as it is. Then 5 plus 1 is 6, 10 plus 5 is 15. Then next is 10, so 10 plus 10 is 20. Next is 5, so 5 plus 10 is 15. Next is 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6, and 1 as it is, and so on. So this table is very easy. Just multiply the previous year's term, the previous number with 11. And to use this table to find compound interest, to calculate compound interest, just discard the first column, which is shown in color red. So just discard that column, and now we have our compound interest table ready with us to calculate compound interest. So first year we have 1, for second year we have 2 and 1, for third year we have 3, 3, 1, for fourth year we have 4, 6, 4, 1, for fifth year we have 5, 10, 10, 5, 1, and for sixth year we have 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1, and so on. We can calculate for n number of years. Now let's calculate compound interest using that table. So in the first example, we will find compound interest for 2 years on rupees 2000 at 5% per annum. With conventional method, we need to use a formula which is P multiplied by within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power n minus P. Here P is principal, R is rate of interest, and n is number of years. So P is 2000 here, so 2000 multiplied by within bracket 1 plus 5 upon 100 raised to the power 2, because rate of interest is 5%, so 5 upon 100 raised to the power 2, because number of years is 2. So minus 2000, so then 2000 multiplied by within bracket 21 upon 20 raised to the power 2 minus 2000, and after a lot of calculation, we got 2205 minus 2000, which is 205 as compound interest. But with Vedic method, we don't need to calculate that much. We can find compound interest mentally. So in that table, For 2 years, we have a row which is showing 2 and 1 has two values. So first multiply uh, 5% of 2000, that is R% of the principal calculated monthly, like 10% of 2000 is 200 and 5% of 2000 is half of 200, that is 100. So 5% of 2000 is 100 multiplied by 2. So we got 200. And then next number is 1. So multiply 5% of that 100. So 5% of 100 is 5 multiplied by 1. And we got 200 plus 5, that is 205 directly. So that is the compound interest on rupees 2000 for 2 years at the rate of 5%. So that is the method to calculate compound interest using the pattern table. Okay, next example is to find compound interest for 3 years on rupees 6000 at 7% per annum. Conventional method, using that formula, just put values 6000 as principal, 7% as rate of interest, and 3 as n number of years term. 6000 multiplied by 1 within that 1 plus 7 upon 100 raised to the power 3 minus 6000, which is 6000 multiplied by 1, 2, 2, 5, 0, 4, 3. Okay, lot of calculation is there. Finally, we got 1350.258 as compound interest with lot of calculation. But with Vedic Maths or Vedic method, we can easily find compound interest without that much calculation. So, in the pattern table, we have 331 for 3 years. So, first calculate 7%, that is R% of the P, that is 6000. So 7% of 6000 is 420, because we know that 1% of 6000 is 60, and multiplied by 7, we got 420. So 420 multiplied by 3, it is 1260. Now 7% of 420. 7% of 420, just multiply it by 7 and divide by 100, which is 29.4. So 29.4 multiplied by 3 is 88.6. Now calculate 7% of 29.4. Just multiply 29.4 with 7 and divide by 100. So which is 2.058 multiplied by 1. So add 1260 plus 88.2 plus 2.058, which is 1350.258. We easily got the answer at compound interest part. Now, let's calculate compound interest for 4 years on rupees 50,000 at 5% per annum. So, with conventional method, 50,000, that is principal, multiplied by within bracket 1 plus 5 upon 100 raised to the power 4 minus 50,000. Lot of calculation is there. If we are not using calculator and we are using paper and pen, then there is a lot of calculation. But with Vedic method, we have very simple method and we can find compound interest very easily. Here, 4641, that is in the pattern table for 4 years. So just write 4641 and multiply. First calculate 5% of 50,000, which is 2,500. We can easily find it mentally, because 10% of 50,000 is 5,000 and 5% is half of it, which is 2,500. Multiply it by 4, which is 10,000. Now 5% of 2,500. So 5% of 2,500 is 125, because 10% is 250 and 5% is half of it, which is 125. So multiply 125 with 6, we got 750. Now calculate 5% of 125. So 10% of 125 is 12.5 and 5% is half of it, which is 6.25. Multiply it by 4. So 6.25 multiplied by 4 is 25. Now calculate 5% of 6.25, which is, we know that 10% is 0.625, and half of it is 5%, which is 0.3125 multiplied by 1. Now just add them up. So 10,000 plus 750 plus 25 plus 0.3125, which is equal to 10775.3125. Okay, so our final example is to calculate compound interest for 5 years. Principal is 4,000 and the rate of interest is 4% per annum. So with conventional method, just put the values into the formula. It is principal is 4,000, so 4,000 multiplied by within bracket 1 plus 4 upon 100 is for 5 minus 4,000. And after huge calculation, we finally got our compound interest part as 866.6116096. But with Vedic Maths, we can find it very easily. In that pattern table for 5 years, we have the values 5, 10, 10, 5, 5. So first calculate 4% of 4,000. We can easily find mentally 4,000, 4% of 4,000. So 1% is 40 and 4% is 160. So 160 multiplied by 5, we got 800. Now calculate 4% of 160. So 16 4s are 64. So 4% is 6.4. So multiply 160 by 4 and divide by 100, which is 6.4. So 6.4 multiplied by 10 is 64. Now calculate 4% of 6.4. So 6.4 multiplied by 4 divided by 100. So increasing 2 decimal places and multiply it by 4. So 64 4s is 256. So increasing 2 decimal places, that is equal to 0.256. So multiplied by 10, so 2.56. 4% of 0.256. So 256 multiplied by 4 is 1024, and increasing 2 decimal places, so it is equal to 0.01024. Multiply it by 5, we got 0.05120. Then 4% of 0.1024. So we know that 1024 multiplied by 4 is 4096, and increasing 2 decimal places, we got 0.0004096 multiplied by 1. Now add them up. So 800 plus 64 plus 2.56 plus 0.05120 plus 0.0004096, and the final answer is 866.6116096. Same as with the conventional method, but with very little calculation. And one more interesting thing is there. First is we can do it very easily. We can calculate it mentally. And second thing is, if we need only significant digits, then we don't need to calculate the complete answer. Like the first 3 parts, is 5, 10, 10. Here we got 800, 64 and 2.56. Add them up, we got 864 plus 2.56, so 866.56. We got almost the answer with only first 3 steps. So we don't need to calculate the complete answer. We got the answer in first 3 steps only. So that is the beauty of Vedic Maths. So that is from my side to calculate compound interest mentally. What we have discussed the Vedic method to calculate compound interest, and we compared it with the conventional method, and we learned the pattern which is behind this method, the pattern which is required to calculate compound interest mentally. I hope you enjoyed the workshop. Thanks to Shri Bharti Krishna Ji, Professor Kenneth R. Williams, Professor James Glover, and Swati. Thanks.